We find ourselves today just downstream of St Neots at a lovely marina. Welcome to It's a Boat Thing, Meet the Owner. So we're at this lovely marina to film a Meet the Owner. This is going to be on a Shetland 27 owned by Jill and Mark. Jill's here today to talk to us. Let's go and meet Jill. Hello Jill, how are you?
Well,
it's lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you again.
Thank you for showing us around your wonderful boat. Looks very clean, I have to say. What are a few of the outside points that you have on the boat?
Well, it's a Shetland 27 and we bought her in 2014. One of the outside points is a new gadget this year, we bought the snubbers. That obviously helps take the tension on windy days out of the rope.
I saw those when I first arrived and they are a great idea.
We've got one on, and we've got one at the back as well.
So one at the bow, one at the stern, and that helps you. Even though we want a floating pontoon mooring here, that just helps take some of that movement out, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah. We've got 2 hatches, which are always useful for letting in any fresh air.
So these are also your escape hatches, aren't they?
Yes. And we've also got tinted windows. So from the outside, you actually can't see in.
Let me just pan that across so people viewing this can see. They are nicely tinted. And does that help with the sunshine and the heat gain?
Definitely, and especially with these hot summers that we've been having.
Yeah. You've got your standard safety handrails.
Yep. Water tank.
Your water fill point is just here. So that's easy to get to, particularly on this particular pontoon as well. And I see you've even got navigation lights. So this is for your going out in the dark?
It is, yes. We've got both the navigation lights. We have actually got the extra piece that goes in here.
Oh, for your front steaming light as such, or an anchor light?
Yes.
Yeah. So can we have a look inside the boat?
You certainly can.
I'll follow you on then, Jill. I notice on here, Jill, that there is that particular gizmo and contraption. What's that for?
Well, when we originally had the previous hood, we found we couldn't get through the lock, so we had to take everything down. Yeah. And we thought, right, we were ready now for a new hood. So with the makers who made this boat, we decided, right, let's come up with a mechanism that we can actually lower the hood down. So we can just unscrew this, and obviously the other side as well, and then it will lower this part down to get through the locks. So if it's raining, you haven't got to take all the hood contraption down. You can literally just lower it, go under a lock, under a bridge. Yeah. It's been brilliant. Yeah, it's been marvellous. Well worth it. That's fantastic. So yes, so what a great addition. Yeah. And also with the hood, we had all the blackout blinds put as well. So, I noticed that, and we've taken again for the winter, for the colder months. Yes, because obviously it's warmer up. And we've taken the sides off for the benefit of us filming today to give us an extra little bit of light. Although the sun is coming out rather nicely now. So so it's all worked well. So we now can just keep this top bit on, and when we go through the locks, lower it down through. Again. That's great. Well, I'll jump on board, and you can show me around the rest of your boat. Okay. This is absolutely lovely, and I have to say, bigger than I thought it looked from the shoreline. It's a good size rear deck. Yeah, it's very deceiving. It is, isn't it? I'm going to pan the camera around so people can actually see what I'm looking at and how wonderful and well kept that you've got this. So it's really nice, and I particularly love, and I'm going to put my hands in the shot. The helm seat is like a captain's seat, and you have a matching nav seat there as well. We do. So this is the helm where everything happens. We've got at the gauge, our dials, we don't have quite so many on because we're an outboard. So we've got obviously the revs, the trim, the water, we've got a depth gauge. That's very helpful on the river, isn't it? Definitely. Yeah. Definitely, because there's times that it can be quite shallow. Yes. We've got a bow thruster, which obviously helps when we're in the locks.
Yeah, and for mooring on a blustery day, always helpful.
So that has been a godsend, that has. And then we've obviously got the switches for lights, water, the instruments, wipers, etc. down there.
Lovely. Now, you did mention, and I can see from the throttle on here, you mentioned earlier you got an outboard on.
Yes, we have. We have a 50 horsepower outboard, a Mariner. That can do up to, say, 7 miles per hour on the river. Obviously, we'd go around 4, but it would be up to its maximum. I would say 7. It can do 10, but it all depends on what type of boat you've got and how much weight you've got in your boat.
Of course, because the speed of a boat isn't just the size of the engine, it's limited by its hull shape, isn't it?
Yes.
And being a river boat, it's going to be more stable, a little bit flatter with a slight keel on it, so you're not bouncing around all over the place. Would that be right?
It's really smooth, really smooth when we're out on the river.
Yeah.
So really pleased with the engine. Okay, so would you like to come down to the cabin?
I'd love to have a look.
Oh, here we are. My weekend home.
This is impressive, I have to say. It again, I said for the back out there that it was much more spacious than it gives credit looking at it. This is deceiving. This is like a TARDIS in here. This is great.
Yeah, it feels it. It's got a nice height to it. We get plenty of light with obviously the 2 hatches.
Yeah.
Which are really good.
And these are the 2, obviously, you showed us outside. So the front one is your escape hatch.
Yeah, that's this one.
And this one's just show that up there. This is for ventilation.
Yep. And then, as you can see, as we showed outside with the windows, which are tinted on the outside, you can actually see through from the inside. I can see what's going on.
It is, and it's remarkably cool down here. And it is quite warm outside, isn't it? Quite sunny.
Yes.
That's lovely.
And then, obviously, this area here, we've got a sofa. We can have a table in there. But and then, obviously, in the evening, you can go into a big double bed. Well, king size.
It is a king size, isn't it? So I'm guessing that table just drops down.
And we've got an extra piece that goes in.
Right, yeah.
So, and then you've got your cushions. So it makes an absolutely large bed.
Large bed.
Yeah.
And this, your dining area, which I particularly like, a formal dining room.
Yeah, we use this a lot, especially when we're in obviously the cooler months of March, and we try and use the boat right through to November.
Yeah.
So we can use down here if it gets a bit cooler. But this also goes into a bed, so that will slip down into these just here.
And it's probably a little tricky to see on camera, but that looks like it's a double size as well.
Yeah, you can get 2 on there as well. It's amazing once that table's down. It's quite
size.
Big. Yeah, it's good size.
Yeah, that's great.
And then underneath these, we've got storage, so plenty of storage under here.
Yeah.
And this one.
And under there as well.
Yeah.
And I do notice that you have a little black box here.
We do have a little
What
black
is
box.
that?
One of my other gadgets.
That is one of your gadgets, is it? So what is this gadget?
Right, well this one, I'll take this off, is my power bank.
This is a lithium-based power source, is it?
I'm one for watching YouTubes, and I was watching...
well, that bodes well for us, doesn't it, on It's a Boat thing?
Camper vans and narrowboats, and they came up with... they were showing the... power bank, and I said to Mark, we need one. We need one for the boat. We've got to try it. We do have a generator, but when you're out on the river, they can be so noisy.
They can, and you don't want to be annoying to anyone if it's early in the morning or late at night, do you?
So we'd seen this one. We said, right, let's go for it. And it's 2,400 watts, but your maximum would be 2,000. So it takes everything. It takes a toaster, the kettle, the coffee maker, my hairdryer, of course.
Of course.
And then obviously you've got 4. You've got your 240-volt plugs, and then you've got your USB for
great
mobile
addition.
phones.
Great addition to the boat.
And you can use it while you're on the go.
Yeah.
So
it's almost like having a lithium upgrade without the full-on lithium upgrade. Let's have a look at your kitchen while we're here. Now I'm going to swap places with you. And you have, as you pointed out, your coffee machine, which I know because she was out on a trip with us in the summertime. And that was quite important to have the coffee machine. But I noticed you've got an oven. Now, these are normally on the riverboat, and they're quite useful, aren't they?
I've used it a lot. It's like, you know, this boat is like our home from home. So I've used the oven a lot, obviously the hob. Now that I've got the air fryer, I probably don't use the oven quite as much. But it's
a nice addition to have it on.
So plenty of cupboard space in these cupboards here.
Yeah.
And then we've got the fridge is in that cupboard. So it's nice because it's tucked away. So everything's sort of streamlined.
Yeah.
So and then space here. So and obviously
and again you've got all the storage.
All the storage there as well.
Over there. So moving backwards, it looks like you've got a good size head or toilet compartment.
Yeah, we've got the header here. So
I'll squeeze past you just to. You've had a very nice tidy up in there, haven't you?
No, that's how it is.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, I like. Yes.
Much tidier than when we were on board on our boat, I have to say.
And then we've got a full length wardrobe here.
That's a useful thing.
So that's useful.
Yeah.
And then going round.
Yep. So I see you got your AC power.
Yep, we've got the power and all the switches and we've also got obviously heating as well. So we've got gas heating.
That's nice.
So we've got the thermostat there.
So what does that enable you to do, having that heating on board?
Well, it enables us, like say, we can have a longer season on the boat, so which can actually start from March all the way through to usually middle of November.
That does extend the season somewhat, doesn't it?
Last year we kept the boat in the water, so we were able to use it even longer, and it was nice to be able to get back on the boat in the beginning of March.
Yes.
Whereby this year we'll be taking her out to have service done, etc. A back door.
I'm just going to lean over you so the camera light can adjust. Oh, I see, yes.
Yeah, which would have been for an inboard engine. So the story behind it is when we went to look for a new boat, we decided to ring James at Shetland up. He says, yeah, come and have a look. I've got a boat that we're working on at the moment you might be interested in. When we got there, it was obviously for an inboard. So we said to him we were really looking for an outboard so that we could have the extra space for the berth down here, and also for the extra storage in the back. So he says, "Yep, I can do that for you."
Makes perfect sense.
So he changed all the style, and we were able to then have that extra space that we needed.
And that under cabin is something that you just wouldn't get normally on something with an inboard, because that's where the engine and the gearbox would be sat.
Yeah.
So thank you for showing us and all the viewers in your cabin downstairs. And we're back up here now on this wonderful aft deck. I have to ask you, why this particular boat?
Well, we originally had a Sea Line 23, which we bought in 2011. And it was our first time of ever buying a boat. And it was a brilliant boat. Thoroughly enjoyed that. But we used to entertain a lot and had a few people staying on board. So then we decided that we're not going out to sea. We're on the river, let's have a look at some river cruises. So we had a look at a friend's Shetland 27, and I thought, yeah, that's the boat. So
was it love at first sight for that type of boat?
Yeah, I looked at a few, but the Shetland 27 seemed to have everything we needed.
Yeah.
So we rang James up at Shetland, and he said, oh, come along, I'm halfway through a boat at the moment. Anyway, we went down to Shetland, and obviously this was in its shell, and it was actually made as a inboard.
So this is what you were saying earlier, and we can actually just see the door on the camera shot there.
So it was made as an inboard. So we said to him, well, we were really looking to have an outboard because we wanted the extra storage which we've got below, and the extra room for a double bed. So a double berth. So he said, yeah, that's no problem. We can do that for you. So we said, right, let's go ahead. We'll have one.
Yeah. What a great way to go shopping.
I said to Mark, you've got 20 minutes to make your mind up. Because obviously it was a shell with all the windows cut out, and that was it.
So that was really perfect timing for turning up and saying you wanted this change or that change or this addition or that taken out or whatever.
Yeah, it was. And so we then had to come up with a name.
I've got to ask you now, I will show an overshot of a walk down of the side of the boat, but the boat is called?
Floaty Towers.
And why is it called Floaty Towers?
Well, as we all know, when you go through locks, you never know quite how it's going to work. and we had some friends on board, and we were at God Manchester Lock, and let's just say it didn't quite go to plan.
Okay,
So,
what happened?
So we've gone through the lock, thinking I could pick up the our friends once we've got through, but we couldn't. We ended up in the bushes.
Okay.
On the right hand side. Well, obviously all the gongoozlers were there, and our friends, and me and Mark were shouting at each other.
If ever it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong when people are watching. Everybody knows that.
So our friends, it was our friends that came up with the name. They says, "Oh God, it's like Basil and Sybil." Which says, "That's it. It's got to be Floaty Towers."
It's a good name, and I have to say, very recognisable as a boat and a name on the river. We've seen you guys out many a time.
So we got a friend who designed the lettering for us, and even put the rivets all in the lettering as well. And we gave that to James at Shetland, and obviously he put it all on the boat for us.
That's marvellous.
So yeah, that's where the name came from, and it stuck.
So you guys have been busy out on the boat this year?
Yeah, we've been up and down the river, been out for a few weekends. We only use this as a weekend boat because Mark hasn't got the time in the week, so it's our weekend retreat really. And
it is really is a home from home from what I've seen.
Next year we're going to plan on taking out, a few of us along the marina here, we're going to plan on taking our boats out for a week trip next year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And what's inspired you to do that?
Well, this year I went on a wonderful trip with your group out to sea.
Yeah.
So we obviously went to Ely, Kings Lynn, through Denver Lock, over to Wells next to the sea, and it was magical.
It was a wonderful trip, wasn't it? I think everybody very much enjoyed it.
And so it's made me think, right, we need to probably take the boat out for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
So rather than so we thought,
so rather than use it as a static caravan, use it for what it's intended. It's a boat to get you around up and down this river system and explore some of the unknown places that you may not have visited just yet.
That was an absolutely wonderful trip. And even going up 100 foot, I mean, it starts off you think that's scary, but once you've done it and coming back was magical because it was clear. It was like you were rolling with the wave. Yeah. And it was, brilliant.
It does make it a good alternative to the Old West, providing conditions and tides are correct. So I'm glad you had a good time coming out on the trip, and you didn't run afoul on the 100 foot as well.
Yeah.
So as a boat, is this going to be your forever boat?
I think we are always looking at other boats. This has been brilliant for the 11 years that we've had her. But I think if we do go for another boat, it could possibly now be back to a sea boat.
Right.
And that again is from the trip that I went on.
The trip has inspired
me to, right, that's it, we can go further afield.
Yeah.
So to be, the Sea Line 28 is probably my go back to a sea line.
It's your go-to sea line is the thing. I think with most boats, it's always, if only we had an extra foot here or a couple of foot there or an extra locker somewhere. Yeah. And then you get to that, and then you're looking for the extra couple of foot, an extra locker or whatever. So I think everyone's always looking. But this is an absolutely lovely boat, I have to say.
It has been a good boat for 11 years. I think we would like more space for entertaining now at the back, which then is what a sea boat's got.
Yes.
So that'll probably be the next step.
Well, Jill, thank you very much for showing me in particular and the viewers on It's a Boat Thing around your wonderfully clean as well as well-appointed boat. It's been an absolute pleasure, so thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'll leave you to it and carry on with your day.
Thank you.
Well, as you can see, what a wonderful boat, and a real privilege to look around Mark and Jill's boat. Excellent condition, it's well appointed, ideal riverboat, and that addition of the outboard motor instead of the inboard has given them so much extra space. Anyway, as always, if you like what you see, please comment below. Subscribe button is over here in the corner, and we'll see you guys next time.